G'day, this is Rose Cooper from the Eloquent in the Room podcast, letting you know that there is no episode this week. Various reasons why I couldn't get it together. One of those reasons is I had an interview scheduled that I had to reshuffle. Ordinarily, I'd probably be able to improvise and pull together some kind of podcast for this week. But I got waylaid by the horrible shit that's been hitting the fan in Australian politics. And it's been troubling is a very, very mild word. It's been triggering. I've been upset and angry and in no headspace to look. I can barely string two words together. It's just really, really difficult. But I thought it's important that I preempt what I've got coming up next. And that is a very important interview that I have coming up. On April 13, it will come out. That interview is with a woman who was raped and was brave enough to press charges and take the man to court. This woman and I are Facebook friends. We met at an art gig a few years back, at which we were both performing, and we've interacted occasionally on Facebook, particularly regarding, arty things and feminist matters. So when the alleged rape occurred, I have to say alleged, I believe her. She was quite open on Facebook about the fact that she was pressing charges. She was letting people know that she had been raped and giving people the opportunity to send her a DM so that she can tell them privately the name of the person. I was so in awe of her courage. Throughout the court case, she also alluded to the ridiculous obstacles that were in the path of her getting a guilty verdict. And the obstacles that she faced made her realise that the court system is fucked up and she wants to see it change. And it's very important to her to have these conversations, and I feel really, really privileged. And it's a great responsibility as well that she's going to have a chat to me and give me the opportunity to help her get this story out there and hopefully affect change in the process. I'm not going to tell you any more than that. I can't fill in the blanks any more than that. I just wanted to tell you that this is going to be possibly the most important interview that I have done and podcast that I have put out. So it will make up for the fact that I'm not putting one out this week. People who aren't from Australia, if you are curious as to what's been going on in Australian politics, look up the hashtag Auspol, AUSPOL, or just Google Australian Parliament rape allegations, and you'll no doubt have all sorts of articles pop up that you can check out. There seems like every few hours and every day there's a new allegation hitting the headlines, and it's been really fucking hard to take, let me tell you. One of the allegations that landed on the doorstep of Parliament House clearly indicates there's been some kind of cover-up within the government to suppress these allegations coming to light. Our PM is playing dumb now. Nobody believes it. Nobody with a brain in their head believes it. He's coming out trying to sort of make out that he's unaware of workplace behaviours in general, let alone cultural behaviours happening within the walls of fucking Parliament House. He's really, really just like, I know that, there's a lot of domestic violence out there, but I didn't realise how bad it is in workplaces for women. I didn't realise how bad it is institutionally, culturally, like how deep this conversation has to be. I had no idea. And we're like, fuck, you went to an all-boys high school. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Like, women are subject to Stockholm Syndrome, but is he really that cognitively dissonant that he believes that he has no clue that this is happening? I don't know. That's as much as I can bear to say. every time I sit in front of the microphone and start talking, I do kind of go off on a tangent and it gets me upset, and I don't want you to listen to me cry. I want to tell you all that I love you, and I will catch up with you in a couple of weeks. And I'm going to leave you with this little snippet from an interview with our Prime Minister, just to give those who aren't Australian a taste of the fucking bullshit that we're dealing with right now. Catch you on April 13.
And I'm doing everything I can to try and understand this as best as I can. Now, I may not have always got it as well as people would like me to, but I assure you, I'm doing everything I can to understand it as best as I can.
If you are saying that you have been aware of the enormity of this issue preceding Brittany Higgins coming out a month ago, if you've been aware of it, when
at a different level, this has taken me deeper into this issue than I've appreciated before.
Where have you been?
Yes, Gomo, where the bloody hell have you been?